Ever feel like your finances are just a mess? What if I told you there's a reset button and you could get everything back on track in just 3 months? That's exactly what we're going to map out today. This isn't about magic tricks. It's about a simple, powerful system that puts you right back in the driver's seat of your financial life. If just thinking about money makes your head spin, trust me, you are not alone. There's so much advice out there, it can feel totally paralyzing, right? Like you don't even know where to start. But what if we could just cut through all of that noise? Well, that's the plan. This quote just hits the nail on the head. See, the problem isn't that you're bad with money, it's that you don't have a plan. And a plan? That's something absolutely anyone can build. So, let's get started. So, where do we kick off this system building journey? Month one is all about getting real with ourselves and, taking back control. We've got to know exactly where we stand before we can start building something new and way, way better. Here's the game plan for month one. It's 4 simple steps. We're going to see where your money is actually going, trim the fat, put your savings on autopilot, and start tackling that annoying high-interest debt. The key here? Start thinking like a business owner. Seriously, a successful business knows its income versus its expenses, and we need to do the exact same thing. So grab your last 3 months of bank and credit card statements, and let's sort everything into 3 simple buckets. Fixed costs like rent, flexible spending like takeout, and debt payments. You're going to be shocked at what you find. The second you see your spending laid out like this, the opportunities for saving just jump right out at you. Ask yourself, hey, can I trim maybe 10 or 20% from some of these flexible categories? I mean, probably not from rent, but what about Ubers or shopping? Finding an extra $100 here or there can make a huge difference every single month. Okay, now for my absolute favorite financial hack, automation. It's the pay yourself first principle in action, and it's brilliant. Just set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account for the day you get paid. It's genius because it completely removes willpower from the equation. You're not deciding to save each month. You made the decision once, and the system just does the work for you. It is the easiest way to build wealth without even thinking about it. All right, month one is in the books. We are officially in control. Now, let's use that momentum to build a rock-solid financial foundation. Month two is all about creating that security for the long haul. First things first, a starter emergency fund. That first $1,000 is a total game changer. It's your shield. It stops life's little surprises from turning into major disasters. And get this, nearly 60% of Americans can't cover a surprise expense like that. So by hitting this goal, you're already ahead of the curve. You're buying yourself some priceless peace of mind. Okay, with your safety net in place, it's time to think about growth. And historically, the stock market has been the most powerful engine for building long-term wealth. A really great place to start is a simple S&P 500 ETF. Just think of it like owning a tiny little slice of the 500 biggest companies in the US. You're not trying to pick the winners, you're just betting on the whole team. And this is where the real magic happens. It's called compound interest, and it's basically how your money starts working for you. Just look at that table. Even small, consistent investments can explode into a fortune over time. The secret isn't being some stock market genius, it's just starting early and staying in the game. Look, saving is super important, but there's only so much you can cut. If you really want to supercharge your progress, you gotta focus on growing your income. Whether that's asking for that raise, starting a side hustle, or learning a valuable new skill, boosting your earnings is, hands down, the fastest way to hit your financial goals. Welcome to month 3. We've got control, we've got a solid foundation. Now it's time to fine-tune our approach. We're going to build a financial system that runs like a well-oiled machine. Want to dramatically up your chances of success? Write down your goals. It sounds so simple, I know, but one study found it makes you 42% more likely to achieve them. So what's your big goal? A bigger emergency fund? A down payment on a house? Get it on paper, and maybe even share it with someone who can cheer you on. Credit cards. They can be your best friend or your absolute worst enemy. If you pay them off in full every single month, you get all the rewards, all the points. But if you carry a balance, you're gonna get crushed by those high interest rates. This is where you have to be really honest with yourself. Are you disciplined enough to play this game and win, or is it maybe safer to just stick with debit for now? Now, let's talk about the ultimate scoreboard for your financial progress, your net worth. It's a really simple idea. It's what you own minus what you owe. So you'd add up your savings, your investments, maybe the value of your car, and then you subtract things like student loans and credit card debt. That final number, that's your financial snapshot. Tracking your net worth is kind of like watching your financial muscles grow. It's the single clearest sign that all your hard work, all the budgeting and saving, is actually paying off. Seeing that number climb month after month is honestly one of the best motivators you can have on this whole journey.
Hey, congratulations! You've completed the 90-day reset. But I want you to think of this like graduating from financial boot camp. You've learned the skills. Now it's all about applying them for life. Let's make sure these new habits actually stick. So, how do you keep this momentum going? It's a simple 3-step cycle: review, dream, and schedule. Look back at what worked, set your sights on even bigger goals, and then, this is key, book time with yourself every quarter to make sure you stay on track. And stretch goals are where you really let yourself dream big. What does your ideal financial future look like in 1 year, 5 years, maybe even 10 years from now? Whether it's a specific savings number, buying a home, or reaching financial freedom, putting a timeline on your dreams is the very first step to making them real. This 90-day reset is your launch pad. But the real secret to building wealth isn't some short burst of crazy effort. It's about consistency, discipline, and having a clear vision for where you want to go. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And guess what? You're now equipped to run it. So, you have the tools now, you have the system, you've proven to yourself that you can take control and make real, meaningful progress. The only question left is, what are you going to build next?